Well, good afternoon and welcome to Roundup, Montana and Bigfork Vikings football as the quarterfinals get kicked off today here. Introducing the players from both teams lined up each on the 40 and alternating introductions this morning. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, with you here from Roundup, Montana, as the Vikings, the number 2 seed out of the West, after taking care of Townsend last week, 47-13, will take on Roundup, the Panthers, here in Roundup, the number 1 seed out of the East, as they took care of business last week against Cutbank, 60-17, 60-12, 60-14. Anyway, the Panthers are here and they're hosted this week. They took care of Cutbank, who was the 4th seed out of the North. So these two will face off today. Kickoff at 1 o'clock in this ball game. We'll take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, the offense for Roundup. A wide receiver, 190-pound senior, number 4, Ryder Hampton. Their quarterback, a 6'4", 190-pound senior quarterback, number 7, Brody Grebe. Has a lot of offers out there as a senior to either play football or basketball somewhere. At running back, a junior, 150-pound, number 11, Mikhail Kimball. At wide receiver is Gunnar Gray, number 24. He's a 170-pound senior. Junior, 205 pounds, offensive lineman, number 56, Ryder Klein. Also on the O-line is Tristan Stegen, 215 pounds, senior, number 60. On the O-line at 230 pounds, a senior, number 65, Brandon Clark. A 190-pound offensive lineman, senior, number 66, Chris Bradley. And also on the O-line, Nathan Zard, a 230-pound senior, and number 68. The Roundup Panthers are led by head coach Dana Quinzer, assisted by Peyton Nation, Cole Godfrey, Mark Stepper, and Tanner Cummings. Hey, for the starting defense for the Vikings today, try to stop this offense of the Panthers. Epperly, a 5'11", 180-pound senior at cornerback, number 5. Brady Thornus, the defensive end, at 6'2", 186-pound senior, number 6. At one linebacker spot, it'll be 185-pound, 5'10" senior, number 10, Randy Stoltz. And the twins, Clayton and Colton Reichenbach. At safety, Clayton, a 165-pound, 6' senior, number 17, and number 21, that's Colton, 6'2", 170 pounds, and a senior as well. At the other quarterback spot, it is 140-pound, 5'8" senior, number 34, Jacob Hurd. The linebackers, Luke Taylor at linebacker, 165 pounds, 5'6" senior. Jimmy Abney, he'll be a defensive end on the other end from Thornus, 170 pounds, 5'10", junior, number 38. The middle linebacker at 7'51", 6'3", 200 pounds, senior, Logan Gilliard. The defensive tackles for the Vikings, 190-pound, 5'11", sophomore, number 60, Luke Benson. And the other defensive tackle is 290-pound, 6'2", senior, number 74, Brody Lamar. Of course, the Vikings are led by head coach Todd Emsley, assisted by Jim Epperly, John Little, Ed Buttry, Sayemiza, Pat Munson, and Connor Coleman. Hattie Emsley, Heidi Sneller, the managers for the Vikings. And they're doing the coin toss out there. Looks like the Vikings won the toss and deferred, as they have all season long when they win the toss. We see the second half. Or check that the Panthers had deferred, and they chose to kick left to right. Vikings will receive from right to left on your dial. Ron and James Wenzel listening as well. Herb Lyer over in Spokane listening today, tuning in to the broadcast. So the Vikings will receive the opening kickoff as the Panthers won the toss, deferred, and declined to the second half, and they will kick to Bigfork. So Bigfork will get the start on offense. The officials for today's ball game, the referee, all out of Billings, Montana. Larry Schmidt is the referee. Umpire Brian Verlanik. Linesman Ryan Sherman, the line judge Barry Cronk, and the back judge is Chris Hertz. Well, the introductions are done, national anthem, and it's time to play some football in this quarterfinal action as the Vikings take on the Panthers. Back deep to receive, all the way back inside the 10-yard line. Number 24, Kanan LaFontaine on either side. 34, Jacob Hurd, and 21, Colton Reichenbach. And the Panthers will kick off. They're going to kick it deep right down the middle. LaFontaine's picking it up at the 15, brings it right back up the middle, going to break towards the outside, and he's brought down as he crosses the 25 at about the 27-yard line. Looks like number 16, Tanner Ray, in on the tackle for the Panthers. So LaFontaine picks up about 10 on the return. Actually, we'll call it 12 as he picked it up to 15, takes it out to the 28, 13 yards on the return, and here comes the Vikings offense. Stoltz out left. Thorness in the slot. Double receivers on the other side. Epperly in the shotgun. Taylor right next to him. And the first play. Throw it out to Stoltz on the left side. He's going to break it up. He crosses the 35 out near the 37-yard line and brought down there by number 56, Ryder Klein, for the Panthers. 406-270-7384 if you can hear me. We're at the 37-yard line. The Vikings are. Their first play picked up 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 from their own 37-yard line. Two receivers right, two left, trips right, Epperly. Stoltz in motion. Bubble screen to Stoltz. Stoltz trying to get outside. He's going to be up near the flag. We'll see where he went out of bounds. And he's forced out of bounds on the far side by number 7, Brody Grebe. And he's going to lose a couple yards back to the 35. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Bigfork. Well, Epperly was in motion. I formation, one receiver to the left, one to the right. Stoltz behind Taylor. Motion goes Hurd. Hands it off to Randy Stoltz, left side. Nice block on the outside. He's going to break it up across the 40, out to the 45, and about the 46, brought down there by Grebe. And Grebe limping for the Panthers. And the Vikings will be marked down at the 45-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. So 1st and 10 for Bigfork. At their own 45-yard line. And trips to the right, one single receiver to the left. Epperly and shotgun. Running back right next to him. Snaps. Take a look at deep. He's got Hurd down the middle. Oh, in and out of the hands at the 25-yard line by Jacob Hurd as Epperly had him in stride and Hurd could not come up with the catch. And that'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10. For the Vikings. They'll come back. We got two receivers to the right, to the left. Shotgun formation is Epperly. LaFontaine in motion, hands off to Stoltz. Epperly keeps it, runs it right up the middle, across the 50 into Panther territory, about the 49-yard line. He's going to pick up 6 on the play and bring up 3rd down and 4 for Bigfork. All right, Vikings come 3rd down and 4 at the Panther 49-yard line. 2 to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Taylor right next to Epperly in the shotgun formation. Snap. And look at deep. He finds Stoltz down the seam. Randy Stoltz cuts it back inside, takes it across the 20, inside the 15, down to about the 13. And the tackle made by number 11, Mikhail Gemble for the Panthers. And a nice pass from Epperly to Randy Stoltz. Reynold Stoltz is committed to play at MSU Billings for baseball, but he's one heck of a football player at running back as well as a receiver. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Epperly go under center. Power formation with Gideon in the backfield. In motion goes Luke Taylor. Stoltz trying to get out to the right. He breaks a couple tackles, going to break it back to the left, fakes it back inside, and picks up a couple yards out of nothing. They had him behind the line, but Stoltz able to get out of the grasp of one of the Panthers and cut it back inside. He picks up a couple. We'll call it about 3. He's right at the 11-yard line, and he needs to get down to about the 9. So, or excuse me, down to the 4. So 2nd and 8. Shotgun formation. Epperly looking out to the left. He's got Reichenbach, the 6'2", broken up there by the Panthers. Number 16, Tanner Ray, as Reichenbach. That's Colton in double coverage by the Panthers, and they were able to knock that one away. Trips to the right, to the left. Epperly in the shotgun formation for the Vikings. Giving some hand signals, making a call. Epperly looking, finds Stoltz. Picks it up. And here comes the officials. They're going to talk and say that it was knee down. So it was a reception at the 13-yard line. And bring up about 4th and 8 for Bigfork. And Jacob Hurd is going to put the tee down at the 20 and try a 30-yard field goal from the left hash for the Vikings. He's got plenty of leg. Gets it down. Hurd's kick is up. Booms it. And it is good right down the middle by the senior Jacob Hurd, the former soccer player. Booms it as Gilliard snaps it to Reichenbach. Reichenbach able to get the snap down, and Jacob Hurd splits the uprights. An early lead on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. It is 3-0 the Vikings. Again, I want to shout out to sponsors for today, the Bigfork Booster Club. Thanks for helping me get here, taking care of things. Also, Bigfork Harvest Foods and Marcus Balgos, excuse me. So the Vikings take that first drive it all the way in, stall a little bit, and had a chance there. If Hurd catches that, that's 6 on the board, and they'll kick off. They take a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. Harvest Foods first quarter score with 8:20 to go in the first quarter. It is 3-0 the Vikings, and number 22, Nick Smantana, will kick off for Bigfork. Back to receive deep, number 7, Brody Grebe, along with number 11, Mikhail Gimbel for the Panthers. And here comes Smantana's kick. Kicks it over the left side, picked up at the 14-yard line. LaFontaine just misses him, brought down by Luke Benson on the far side. As LaFontaine gets down there, but just misses the tackle of number 11, Mikhail Gimbel, and Benson brings him down at about their own 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their 30. Basically a bunch formation, stack trips to the right. Shotgun formation goes in motion. We're in the counter play here out to number 16, brought down by number 34, Jacob Hurd, as number 16, Tanner Ray, takes it across near the 40. The marker down to the 39, picks up 9 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Panthers at their own 39-yard line. Stack trip, single receiver way out right. Grebe going to be taken down. No, nearly taken down. And got to tackle him low. You can't tackle him high. He was able to get out of it as Brady Thorness nearly brought him down. Run out of bounds on the far side by 34. Jacob Hurd. And it'll be right at the 40-yard line, and it'll bring enough for a first down. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. As Grebe was trying to roll out to the right, the receivers were covered. Thorness nearly brought him down. He spun back to the left and ran it for the first down. Single receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation. Here's Grebe. Grebe takes it. Fumbles the ball. He has to fall on it. And he's going to lose about 4. Luke Benson right there, along with Jimmy Abney. He's going to loss of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 14 for the Panthers. Looks like in the shotgun didn't focus on that snap and trying to hand it off before he actually got it. Shotgun formation, stack trips to the right. Bunch formation, and Grebe's going to keep it himself. And Stoltz in on the tackle along with Thornus. As Grebe, the quarterback, runs it out right up the middle. He'll pick up 6 on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. Receiver, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Single setback, shotgun formation, motions. And there's a flag on the far side. And defensive encroachment called on the Vikings as the running back, Gimbel, went in motion and somebody for the Vikings jumped off sides. It'll bring that 3rd down. Instead of 3rd and 8, it's going to bring 3rd and 3. And the Panthers in that bunch formation, everybody tight, single running back next to the quarterback in shotgun formation. And the snap, Grebe's going to keep it right up the middle. He's hard to bring down. Cut down there by 37, Luke Taylor, but not until he crosses into Viking territory down to the 44-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Panthers. He'll put a receiver out to the right, receiver to the left. Wing backs, single back, and shotgun formation for Grebe. Running back in motion, fakes it, counter play to 16 again, and he's brought down and thrown down by the senior, 51, Logan Gilliard. As Tanner Ray tries to get to outside on that counter play, he's only going to pick up 1 yard and bring up 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for Grebe. Running back in motion, spins as Grebe takes it right up the middle. And Stoltz and Taylor. Luke Taylor in on the tackle. He runs it down near the 35. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line and bring up 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. Shotgun formation. They're bunched up. Single setback. Direct snap to the running back, 16, Gimbel. And he's going to be short. How about the 35-yard line? Chase Pacheco, Jimmy Abney, and Logan Gilliard in on the stop. They're going to mark it at the 36-yard line and bring up 4th and 2. One receiver to the right, everybody else bunched up. Shotgun formation is Grebe. And fakes a direct snap to, and they're going to chase him down. Grebe trying to get the outside, brought down and cut down nicely by Anders Epperle. He knows that he didn't need to tackle him high. He wasn't going to bring him down. Cut him down right to knees. He's going to be short. It's going to be turnover on downs as Grebe tries to run to the outside. Brady Thornus chasing him. And Epperle, the cornerback, comes up and cuts him down at the 37-yard line. He'll actually lose a yard, and it'll be Bigfork Vikings football at their own 37, 1st and 10. With 4:39 to go on the Harvest Foods, Bigfork scoreboard, and leading 3-0. I formation, 2 receivers to the left. Epperle under center. Thornus goes in motion. And they're going to toss it to Stoltz. Stoltz looking for somewhere to go. Up the sideline. And he steps out of bounds. At about the 38, maybe picked up 1. We'll see where they spot that. As the toss from Epperle. They're going to take it out to the 39-yard line. Picks up 2 on the play. And 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. 2 receivers to the right. 2 to the left. Epperle in shotgun formation. Stoltz next to him. LaFontaine in motion. Fakes the fly sweep. Epperle looking to throw. Throws it deep. He's got Clayton Reichenbach and intercepted there by number 14, Shaden Cook, as Colton got turned around, couldn't find the football, as Epperly was trying to roll him and throw him to the outside, and picked off at the 30-yard line of the Panthers by number 14, Shaden Cook. And 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 30-yard line. 406-270-7384. Let me know if you can hear me out there if you're listening. Want to make sure we're on there. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Grebe spins it, hounds that counter play to number 16, Grimble, but met right there. And close to the 35. Gilliard in on the stop with Luke Taylor right at the 35. They'll pick up 5 at 2nd and 5. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Grebe in shotgun. Motion goes to running back. Hands it off to number 11. But he's met right there. Fumble. He tosses it to Grebe. Grebe. And nearly brought down. Grebe tried to run around the Vikings. It looked like the running back, number 11, Kimball, was stopped in the backfield, but he tosses it back to Grebe. Grebe runs it out to the 39-yard line. And I couldn't see who got in on the tackle on the far side. Picks up 4, 3rd down and 1. Looked like he was stopped in the backfield, but he just tossed it back. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Grebe, shotgun formation. He's a big kid. Running back, Grebe keeps it up the middle. Thorness in on the stop as Taylor cuts him down at about the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 44. Pick up a 5 and bring up a 1st down for the Panthers. Grebe, a 190-pound senior, about 6'4", is a load to bring down for the Panthers. 2 receivers, that trips to the right, to the left. Shotgun formation is Grebe. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Pressure, he's going to throw it over the middle. Oh, nearly picked off. In and out of the hands of Logan Gilliard, the middle linebacker for the Vikings at the 50-yard line. And he's looking, oh, I should have had that one. I'm not sure who he was trying to hit there down the middle. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Roundup at their 44-yard line. Trips to the right, to the left. Shotgun formation by himself as the quarterback, Grebe. Takes the snap, looking to throw, looking for the screen, and picked off by Brady Thorness at the 40. He's the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Brady Thorness, the defensive end for the Vikings. He read the screen. He was in rushing hard, and he could see they were letting him in and knew it was a screenplay. The smart senior for the Vikings steps in front of that pass and takes it back about 40 yards for the touchdown. That'll bring on Jacob Hurd for the extra point try for the Vikings. Snap, kick on the way by Hurd. And there's a flag of the play as the kick is good. And we'll see what that flag is here momentarily before we talk about the extra point try. The extra point try was good. And looks like the personal foul is called on Roundup during the extra point. So they'll tack that on the kickoff. So the extra point is good. And your Bigfork Vikings and Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard with 2:43 to go here in the first quarter. The Vikings lead 10-0 over the Panthers. So Grebe back by himself, fades back, lets everybody in, the line does, and Thornton, the senior, who's seen that before, drops back and was able to pick off the pass and return it 40 yards for the touchdown for the Vikings. Sam Tudor family listening over in Bigfork. So that 15-yard personal foul penalty will be marched off on the kickoff against the Panthers, and the Vikings will be kicking off inside Panther territory at Roundup's 45-yard line. Spentana to kick off for the Vikings. Back deep is Grebe, number 7, and number 11, the running back, Mikhail Kimball. And here comes the kick. Spentana kicks it high and deep. Grebe about the goal line, picks it up. And he's running up the middle and brought down. Can't hit him high. Carson Deagley takes him down at about the 32-yard line. A couple of guys tried to hit him high. That's no good with that 6'4", 190-pound guy. And Deagley grabs him by the legs, brings him down at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 34-yard line. And trips to the right. Single setback next to Grebe. Shotgun formation, hands off. Wide receiver met there. Gilliard in on the tackle. Along with Stoltz, Benson, and even 74 Brody Lamar. He'll pick up about a yard, maybe 2. We'll give him 2, 2nd and 8. Trips to the right. Shotgun formation. Single setback. Grebe. The snap. On the way. Fakes the handoff. Grebe keeps it. And he's going to be brought down as Stoltz does not let go of him. He's going to lose. And we'll see where they spot that. Inside the 30, back to the 28-yard line. Actually, they're going to spot it right at the 30-yard line as they stop the forward progress. So it's 3rd and 14 for the Panthers. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Grebe, shotgun formation by himself. He's looking to pass. And Grebe looks at his play call. He's going to probably throw it here. He's trying to get him to jump. That's what he's doing. And the Vikings will not jump as he tries the hard count to pick up 5 and make it a shorter 3rd down play. So they'll take a timeout, do the Panthers with 1:18 to go here in the first quarter. And the Vikings lead 10-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Hey, Brevik's listening out there. Mark Brevik, Jerry Taylor, Jerry Tyler, Grandma Maria, and all listening from Kalispell, Brenda Jort, and the Tudor family. Thanks for listening. Vikings up early, 10-0 on the field goal by Hurd from 30 yards. Shelly Emsley listening as well. Thanks for listening. Thanks to the Bigfork Booster Club, Zoe Bedford, and all those guys for helping me out to get here to be able to broadcast that game. Judy Lilienthal, listen all the way from Melbourne, Florida. Hey, we're back. It's 3rd down and 14. The Panthers go trips to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Motion is the running back. Grebe in shotgun formation, moves over the side. He's going to put 4 receivers over on the left side. Grebe back, throws, look to throw it over the middle. It caught there by 16, but Stoltz in on the stop as the pass is caught by Tanner Ray. And needed 14, picks up about 15, takes it all the way out to the 46-yard line. And a 1st down by Ray. And the Vikings had to pin deep but couldn't stop him. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Single setback, shotgun formation is Grebe. In motion. Comes a counter, Grebe spins and runs it up the middle. Logan Gilliard in on the tackle, along with number 60, Luke Benson. For the Vikings as Grebe fakes the handoff to both running backs and tucks it himself, takes it into Viking territory at the 49 and 2nd and 5. A bunch formation, shotgun formation. And Grebe to run, looking for running room. And he stopped right there, met by a host of Vikings led by Logan Gilliard, Clayton Reichenbach, Randy Stoltz. And there was no room to run for Grebe. No gain on the play, maybe a half yard. Third down and 5 for the Panthers. Inside Viking territory, just inside the 49-yard line. They'll bunch it up, shotgun formation, single receiver, and the whistle blows here momentarily. That'll be the end of the first quarter. So 1 quarter complete here from Roundup, Montana on your Harvest Foods of Bigfork scoreboard. It is the Vikings leading 10-0 here in this quarterfinal action from Roundup, Montana. We'll be back momentarily with the second quarter from Roundup, Montana. All right, we're back here the second quarter, and the ball at the Vikings 49-yard line, and 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. They're heading right to left now on your dial. Grebe, shotgun formation. They'll bunch him up, looking to run it, and Grebe runs the counter play to number 11, nearly taken away. And extracurricular activity as they keep pushing. Looks like they go and fumble, looks like on the play. Should be Viking football as Anders Epperly comes up with the ball. We'll see what they call here momentarily. They kept running, and things like that usually happen. The ball will come loose as somebody tries to strip it. But they're going to say that he's stopped and it is Panther football, even though Epperly came up with it at the 34-yard line. The lineman kept pushing. Vikings tried to fight back and tried to strip it. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 34. Receiver, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Running back goes in motion. Counter play. And Ray brought down there. Gilliard along with Taylor. Gets down to about the 31-yard line. And they'll pick up 4 on the play, and 2nd down and 6. We got 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation is Grebe. Motion. Again, run the counter play to number 11, and Gilliard gets in on the stop, along with Luke Taylor. Right about the 30-yard line. They're going to spot it just inside the 30, maybe the 29-yard line, and 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. So the Panthers, 3rd and 5. 1 receiver out to the right. Shotgun formation, and Grebe's going to keep it. Looking for running room, brought down there. Close to the 1st down. Luke Taylor, Clayton Reichenbach in on the stop. Panthers. Snap, shotgun formation. Grebe trying to run it up the middle on 4th down, 4th and 1. And Thorness, along with Stoltz, taken down. We'll see where they spot that at about the 24-yard line. So they go quickly. And they're going to spot it at the, 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers as he picks up about 2. So a single receiver to the right. 2 out to the left. Shotgun formation. 1 receiver right next. Motion goes to running back. Here comes that counter play to number 16. And Gilliard comes over and puts a hit on Tanner Ray. But he gets inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line as they run that counter play. And Luke Taylor got lambasted. And Ray takes it down to the 12-yard line, and 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Shotgun formation. 2 in the backfield. Grebe, the snap. Looks to fake it. Run right up the middle to Tanner Ray. Luke Taylor in on the stop, along with LaFontaine, but he'll take it inside the 5, down near the 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 1 at the Viking 3-yard line. Grebe's going to keep it. He's going to look to run outside. They're going to have to stop him, run him down. They knock him out of bounds. They said they got the pylon. They're calling a touchdown on the far side as Grebe is 6'4", reaches out and able to slap that pylon just inside for the touchdown. The guy on the far side said it was a touchdown. They haven't put anything up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they call it. That's a touchdown. They're going for 2.
They're going to go for 2 on the play.
He hit the pylon, and they didn't call it.
Grebe.
But now I think they're calling a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. They're going for 2.
Roundup going for the 2-point. Grebe will hand it off to number 11. But fumble on the 2-point conversion is no good as it's recovered by the Vikings. So the touchdown is good as the far side judge signaled touchdown as Grebe was able to hit the pylon on the far side, but the scores guy over here hasn't put it up on the board yet. As they go for 2, Grebe hands off to number 11, Mikhail Gimble, but he fumbles it up, and the Vikings recover it on the 2-point conversion, and it's no good. Your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard with 8:19 to go here to halftime in this quarterfinal game. It is the Bigfork Vikings 10 and the Roundup Panthers 6. So Jimmy Fant and Becky listening from Georgia streaming in. Thanks for listening, guys. Jack, Cheryl, Jacqueline listening, driving home from the volleyball tournament where the Valkyries just lost out to Deer Lodge in a 5-setter, I understand, last night. Laura and Ernie listening from Palm Desert. Again, Brett and Sarah Childers also in Sioux Falls. And others listening as well. From Leanne Digley and family in Billings listening to the ball game. All right. LaFontaine, Stoltz, and Hurd. Jacob Hurd back deep to receive as LaFontaine is about the 6-yard line receiving the kickoff from number 40, Ian Flansha of the Panthers. He kicks it deep. And Stoltz will take it about the 11-yard line. Stoltz looking for blockers. Going to break it up the right side to the outside. And he's brought down by number 22, Tyler Comble. And Tanner Ray brings down Stoltz at about the 27-yard line for the Vikings. So the Vikings will have 1st and 10. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. I formation, Epperly under center for the Vikings. He's going to hand off to Stoltz. Stoltz right up the middle. And he takes it out near the 30-yard line. And the tackle made by number 68, Nathan Zard for the Panthers. And they'll mark it at the 29-yard line. Pick up about 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 7 for Bigfork. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Epperly, shotgun. Taylor right next to him. Looking to throw it. He's got Hurd wide open. Hurd stumbles, catches it. Inside the 40, down to near the 36-yard line. Hurd, the senior soccer player, and the speedster, takes it down to the 37, brought down there by number 16, Tanner Ray, as Epperly fakes the handoff, looks right, looks left, and hits Hurd in stride. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes. Inside Panther territory at the 37-yard line. Colton Reichenbach, Thornus, Taylor out to the right. Motion goes Stoltz. Stoltz, Epperly. He's got Thornus out there. Thornus, the 6'2" tight end, catches it down to the 10-yard line. As Thornus puts up that defensive rebound position, goes up with his big frame, and covered there by Tanner Ray. So we're at the 10-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for the Vikes. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, I formation, Epperly. Thornus in motion. He's going to toss it to Stoltz. Stoltz to the left side, nice block by Luke Taylor. Stoltz gets to the outside, and he's brought down there by number 11. Mikhail Gimbel inside the 10. We'll see where they spot it. He may have gained a couple there. He's either at the 8 or 7-yard line. We'll mark it at the 7, picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7 for the Vikings. Split backs. Epperly, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight. Hands off, looks it. Colton Reichenbach runs it up the middle as he's trying to throw it to Epperly, and he's drilled there. Number 11, Mikhail Gimbel. So Epperly handed off to Stoltz. Stoltz flipped it back to Reichenbach, Colton, and he tries to throw it to Epperly, but Epperly was covered up. And it'll bring up 3rd as they lose 3rd and goal from the 8 as they lose a yard on the play. And the Vikings will call a timeout. So 5:53 to go to halftime on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. 10-6, the Vikings lead, and 3rd and goal from the 8 for Bigfork. Colton tried to hit that play like he did last time to Epperly, but Epperly got covered and had nowhere to go, so Colton takes it up the middle, and he's going to lose a yard back to the 8-yard line, and they'll bring up the 3rd down as the timeout about winds down for the Vikings. Vikings get in red zone territory. They got to take advantage of that. That's what their only loss against Loyola, 5 times in the red zone, didn't score. They get in the red zone. They got to take advantage of that. They've already done that once. Stopped short. We were able to kick the field goal by Hurd. He's got a good leg, so he can make it from here. We're going to go power formation. Epperly's going to go under center. Gilliard, Taylor, Stoltz in I formation. Panthers jumped just slightly, but they didn't go off sides. Stoltz is going to run it behind. He's going to run to the outside. He's going to get the outside. Touchdown, Vikings. Stoltz from 8 yards out in for the touchdown as Gilliard and Taylor lead the way on the toss to the right by the speedster for Randy Stoltz. So Jacob Hurd will come on for the extra point try. Gilliard, the snapper. Colton Reichenbach is in holding duty because Luke Schmidt is out and injured. Here's the snap on the way, puts it down. Hurd's kick, booms it, and right down the middle of the goalpost is Jacob Hurd. And 5:48 to go here to halftime. The Bigfork Vikings 17, the Roundup Panthers 6 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. We'll be back here momentarily with the rest of your second quarter and the kickoff from Roundup, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of Vows, with you. Glad you could be here today to catch this ball game if you couldn't make it out. Quite a few folks on the far sideline for Bigfork in the stands over there that made this trip, the 6.5 hour, 7-hour trip over here to Roundup. But thankfully for you folks out there listening and catching this ball game from Bigfork, Montana. We'll be back momentarily with the kickoff. Well, we're back quickly, not much of a break, and back deep again. is their stud, Brody Grebe, the 6'4" senior, 190 pounds. Santana to kick off for the Vikings. Also number 11, Mikhail Gimbel back to receive. Here's the kick. He kicks it deep. Try to keep it away from Grebe. Gives it to Gimbel. Ricks it up. Takes it out. And takes it across the 50. Colton Reichenbach, along with Jimmy Abney, in on the stop, takes it into Viking territory at the 47-yard line. So Vikings not doing a very good job there on kickoff coverage, as 11, Gimbel takes it right up the middle against the Vikings special teams. So 1st and 10 at the 47. 2 receivers make that 3 to the left. Shotgun formation is Grebe by himself. Motion goes Gimbel. He fakes the head up. Grebe keeps it, and he's grabbed from behind. Logan Gilliard in on the stop. The middle linebacker, Gilliard, the 6'3" senior. He'll pick up 2, does Grebe on the play. Takes it out to the 45-yard line of Bigfork, and bring up 2nd down and 8. Shotgun formation is Grebe. 3 to the right. Motion does the running back. He fakes it to him. Grebe takes it. Has nowhere to go. Nice ankle tackle there by Luke Taylor on Grebe. As Grebe tries to get away, and they're going to lose it all the way back to the 49. Make that the 50-yard line. So he'll lose about 4 on that play and bring up 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. 3rd and 13, 1 receiver out right, 2 to the left. 1 running back next to the quarterback. Shotgun formation is Grebe. Here comes the snap. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw the ball, but there's pressure coming from the outside. He's got a man wide open. Somebody left the coverage and thrown out to number 16 is Tanner Ray, who got loose, and Epperly comes up and makes the play at the 35-yard line, but there was a missed coverage there. Close to the 1st down. It is a 1st down at the 35. 1st and 10 in Viking territory at the 35-yard line. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Single setback, shotgun formation. Gimbel goes in motion. Pass quarterback, he's going to go to the right side. Trips to the right now. Grebe looking to roll right, throws it out there. Finds it to Ray, and Stoltz comes from behind to make the tackle. That Tanner Ray is doing a good job for the Roundup Panthers. He's getting wide open. Somebody's not covering him. We've got to pick him up. We'll take it inside the 30 down to the 26, and 2nd down and 1. Two to the left, make that trips to the left. 2 to the right. Grebe in shotgun formation by himself in the backfield. Snap, he's going to throw the screen out to Ray, and Epperly gets blocked in the back, but no flag on the play as he tries to get out to make the tackle. Ray taken out of bounds by Colton Reichenbach. Epperly talking to the officials. He got blocked in the back, wasn't able to get out there and make the play. He's playing corner on that side and trying to contain. 3:36 to go, 17-6. The Panthers at the 15, 1st and 10. Checked up the 16. Grebe going to keep it right there. Taylor Epperly runs him out of bounds at about the 15. I don't think he gained anything on the play. Maybe a yard. And there's a flag in the middle of the field that usually indicates holding on the offense. And they're going to talk to Bigfork. And, yep, they're going to push it back. And that flag is against the Panthers. And that'll cost them 10 yards. Marches it all the way back to the 25-yard line. And it'll bring up 1st and 20 as the holding call is called against the Panthers on that run. Grebe in shotgun formation. Motion goes 16. Here comes the counter play. The Vikings have it right there red, but Kimball able to get moving forward, brought down there by Luke Taylor, along with 44, his brother, Levi Taylor, the freshman. Stoltz will come back in for Taylor. Levi, that is. He'll get down to, picks up 3 on the play down to the 22. And we'll call it 2nd and 17 for the Panthers at the Viking 22-yard line. 1 receiver wide right, 2 out left. Now we have 2 to the right. Motion goes to running back. Grebe, shotgun formation with a single receiver next to him. Grebe fakes it. He's looking to throw. Throws over the middle to Ray. Ray has just been a catching machine today for the Panthers. Takes it down near the 10-yard line. Taken down by Stoltz at about the 12. They got to get down to the 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Panthers in Viking territory. 1 wide receiver way out wide right. 2 to the left. 1 guy in the slot. Motion goes to running back Kimball. Grebe, shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Grebe rolling right. Looking to throw. Throws back across and broken up. They had Luke Taylor. They had Colton Reichenbach and Anders Epperle. That pass was not going to get there. Intended for Ryder Hampton, but there was 3 Bigfork Vikings right there. If anything, that would have been picked off near the goal line. That's going to bring up 4th down and 4th and 7 for the Panthers, and they'll take a timeout with 1:53 to go here till halftime in this quarterfinal action from Roundup, Montana. On your Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard. The Vikings 17, the Panthers 6. We'll be back momentarily with this 4th down play from Roundup, Montana. Well, back in Roundup, the defensive coordinator, Ed Buttry, walking off the field with a 4th down coming up, giving instructions to his defense here with 4th and 7. And the Panthers coming up to the line. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation with a single setback near Grebe. Grebe, the snap on the way. He's looking to throw it, looking, pressure, runs up the middle, and he throws it deep. And throws it over the top of Jacob Hurd, number 24, Gunnar Gray, as Grebe runs out up the middle and finds Gray open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Right over the outstretched hands of Jacob Hurd. And Roundup will go for 2 as Grebe shotgun formation. 2 to the right. 2 to the left receivers. And Panthers take their 3rd and final timeout here in the first half. So they nearly had Grebe in the backfield. He's trying to roll to the right, but forced him back in the middle, which is a good thing usually, containment. But he ran wide. It was trying to roll out. And he finds Gray in the back of the end zone and throws it just over Jacob Hurd for the touchdown to Gray. 1:46 to go on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. And 17-12, and a heck of a quarterfinal matchup here from Roundup, Montana. Ron Russ from Great Falls listening as well out there. Thanks for all the texts as well. And listening. So it looks like the Panthers will go for 2. 2 trips to the left, 2 to the right. Formation motion goes the running back. We've got 4 receivers to the left now. Grebe, shotgun formation, looking to roll left and try to throw it. Oh, he slips. as the pressure was put on by Logan Gilliard, and he had no way to throw it, and he just slipped. His feet came out from underneath him, does Grebe, so the two-point conversion is no good. So the Vikings will get an opportunity before halftime. They lead 17-12 with 1:46 to go on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. Again, a shout out to the Bigfork Boosters also for sponsoring the opportunity to come here and broadcast this game from Roundup, Montana. Well, Vikings, they'll have another opportunity to receive that kickoff and put up some more points before halftime. We'll see how this goes and how Coach Emsley wants to draw this up. First of all, they got to receive it and return it. And do the Vikings. It's tough with the senior Luke Schmidt out this week. Hurt his big toe, so he's not playing on the sideline in a boot. Hopefully he gets healed up, the senior. So other guys having to step up and play. Stoltz back deep. Oh, with LaFontaine and Jacob Hurd to receive for Roundup. Kind of a stretched out on one side and a bunch formation on the other side. Kick goes deep right to Brady Thornus. Thornus will pick it up. He knows what to do it. Thornus tries to get out to the right and brought down there by number 22, Tyler Comble for the Panthers, as Thornus was at the 30 just off his fingertips and was able to grab it, pick it up as they kicked it short to his Roundup, and it'll be at the 26-yard line at Bigfork. And the Vikings will have a first down. 1st and 10 with 1:40 to go, and leading 17-12 in this quarterfinal action on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Shotgun formation. Taylor right next to Epperly. We got two to the right or left now. Epperly looking to throw it. Pulls over, completes it out to Colton Reichenbach, taken down there by Comble for the Panthers, and out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Bricks up 3 and 2nd and 7, and 1:24 to go. Thornus, Colton Reichenbach to the right. Clayton, along with Stoltz, out to the left. Epperly, under the shotgun formation. Luke Taylor right next to him as the officials are making things go. They put time back on the clock. There's 1:33 because he went out of bounds. So 1:33 instead of 1:24. Epperly hands off to Luke Taylor. Luke Taylor right up the middle. Rumble bumps up, tick to across the 50. He's going to break it across the 40. And Grebe has to bring him down inside Panther territory at the 35-yard line. I don't think the Panthers were ready for that inside handoff. They thought Anders was going to probably throw the ball there and just hand it off to Luke Taylor. They're going to go quick 2-minute drill. Epperly snaps it. Look, there's a flag on the play, and they're going to call a false start. Dead ball, false start on the Vikings. That'll push them back 5 yards. And instead of the 36, it's going to be at the 41, and 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Inside Panther territory at the 41-yard line. Excuse me, 1st and 15. That makes it 1:22 to go, and the clock is winding. And we'll run the 2-minute drill. Here will Epperly, the senior. They know what to do. Stoltz and Clayton out to the left. Colton and Thornus to the right. Taylor right next to Epperly. Epperly rolls right. It is a keeper by the quarterback, Epperly. Epperly put outside. He's inside the 20. Down to 15, runs out of bounds. Run out by Grebe as Epperly just takes and tucks it and runs up the left side. He must have saw something before the snap. A pre-read that the Panthers were coming. And they'll take it down to the 15-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 15. So 50 seconds to go And 1st and 10 from the Panther 15 for the Vikings. Trips to the right. Epperly will go under center. 2 receivers to the left. Epperly, snap, looking, throws it. Gives it to Luke Taylor. Taylor running the outside, down near the 10. And he's going to be waylaid. And about the 12-yard line, I believe. We'll see where they spot that on the markers. He gets down to the 12, so he picks up 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7, and the Vikings will use their 2nd timeout here in the first half. So the Vikings driving. They're at the 12. 2nd and 7 inside Panther territory. 38 seconds to go till halftime, and the Vikings trying to put some more points on the board as they lead 17-12 on your Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard. So Emsley out there talking to the offense saying, hey, you catch the ball, you get the ball, let's try to get it out of bounds. Save that last timeout in case we need to kick real quick.
Okay, you're on.
But it is 2nd and 7 from the 12-yard line. Again, the Vikings need to finish. Epperly will jog off, or excuse me, Emsley will jog off. Epperly goes in shotgun formation. Trips to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Epperly by himself, shotgun formation. Snap. He's going to roll right. He's looking deep. He finds and broken up as the pass was 10 for Colton Reichenbach in the end zone. Broken up by Tyler Combo for the Panthers. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 and 32 seconds still to go here till halftime. So a key 3rd down here for the Vikings. They still can get a 1st down at the 5-yard line. They're pretty much in field goal range with the leg of Jacob Hurd. Vikings would like to either get a touchdown or a 1st down. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Taylor right next to behind Epperly. Epperly going under center. Snap, hands it off to Taylor. Taylor runs it right up the middle. He gets inside the 10, down near about the 7-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. They'll spot it right at the 7. It's 4th and 2 for the Vikings. And 15 seconds to go, 14. Yep. We should have one more timeout left. Epperly will go in shotgun formation. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Epperly. And our defensive tackle jumps. They were trying to get him to jump off sides, and our own guy, the left tackle on the far end, jumped. Emsley's saying that, oh, they'll call it no penalty. Check that. They're waving off the flag because Emsley calls a timeout before the false start as the clock was winding down, and there's 3 seconds to go. And Hurd from the 7-yard line, it's 4th and 2. And Hurd will put the tee down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a 23-yard field goal attempt for Jacob Hurd with 3 seconds to go. This should wind out the clock. Gilliard snap. Oh, and the Panthers jump. Let's see what the flag is going to be on. Dead ball. Defensive encroachment. That will give the Vikings a 1st down inside the 5-yard line. They'll go half the distance to the goal. And they'll have it 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. And the Vikings are going to go for it on offense. Maybe a smart play here, right? He's trying to kick from the left hash. So they got the Panthers to jump, and they'll go their power formation with Gilliard, Luke Taylor, Randy Stoltz lined up behind Epperly. Epperly puts Taylor in motion, snaps it. Stoltz trying to get to the outside. Stoltz has nowhere to go, and he's sacked short, brought down there by Grebe. There's a flag on the play.
Well, I thought a guy threw it in the end zone.
Oh, never mind. There's no flag on the play. Some kid threw a football in the end zone, looked yellow, and that's the end of the first half here from Roundup, Montana. The Panthers able to stop the Vikings as the toss went to Stoltz, and Grebe had come up and put the hit on Stoltz outside the 5-yard line, as Stoltz had nowhere to run on that play. So, halftime, the Vikings 17, the Panthers 12 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. We'll be back momentarily. I'll give you some halftime stats and catch you up on other things around the league. All right, welcome back to Roundup, Montana. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. This halftime is brought to you by the Bigfork Booster Club. Thank you for sponsoring Bigfork High School football here in the playoffs. Scoring-wise, in the first and second quarter, and with 8:20 to go in the first quarter, it was Jacob Hurd hitting from 30 yards out as the Vikings went up 3-0. And then with 2:43 to go, Grebe's pass intended for Mikhail Gimbel, was intercepted by Brady Thornus and taken back for the touchdown. And then Hurd's extra point try made it 10-0. In the second quarter, the Panthers get on the scoreboard with 8:30 to go. Grebe runs for a 3-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion by Kimball is no good as we were caused a fumble and the Vikings recovered it. With 5:48 before halftime, it was Stoltz from 8 yards out on the touchdown. The point after was good by Jacob Hurd, making it 17-6. And then Grebe's pass, as he broke out of it, nearly sacked and breaks up the middle and finds Gray in the corner behind the defense for 12 yards and the touchdown. The 2-point conversion, Grebe's is intended for Ray. Pass intended for Ray. He slips and falls, and Gilliard takes him down, and the 2-point conversion is no good. 17-12, the Vikings lead the Panthers at halftime. Epperly, 7 for 11, 105 yards with 1 pick, no touchdowns. Luke Taylor, 3 carries, 38 yards. Anders Epperly, 2 for 32. Randy Stoltz, 7 for 24, and 1 touchdown, and Colton Reichenbach, 1, no yards gained. In the receiving side of things, the Stoltz, 4 receptions, 41 yards. Jacob Hurd, 1 for 34. Brady Thornus, 1 for 27. And Colton Reichenbach, 1 for 3. Luke Taylor leads the way on the defensive side. 3 solos, 9 assists, and a tackle for loss. Stoltz, 4 solos, 6 assists, tackle for loss. Gilliard, 2 solos, but 10 assists. Our middle linebacker as well. Epperly in on the tackles. Luke Benson, Colton Reichenbach, Thornus, Digley, Pacheco, LaFontaine, Hurd, Clayton Reichenbach, Jimmy Abney, David Wickwire, and Levi Taylor, all with assists, so about a tackle apiece. Hurd, 1 for 1 on field goal attempts from 30 yards, good, and 2 for 2 on extra points for 5 points. Kick returns, LaFontaine 1 for 13, Stoltz 1 for 12, and Brady 1 for 0 yards. Overall, in the passing department, it's Bigfork with 105 passing yards and Roundup 73. Rushing, it's pretty close. It's Vikings 94 and the Panthers 92. Turnovers 1 apiece. First downs 8 for Bigfork, 12 for Roundup, and penalty yards 2 for 10 for the Vikes and 3 for 30 for Roundup. So, Bigfork Boosters bringing you halftime, and as the Vikings lead the Roundup Panthers 17-12 from Roundup, Montana. We'll be back with your second half here in about 8 minutes from Roundup, Montana. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vike and the Vows, and I need to take care of some Montana High School Association business. And we'll look for teamwork. Northwestern Energy salutes all the players, coaches, and fans of Montana High School Association sports. Montana students instill pride in all of us and inspire us with their teamwork. Northwestern Energy team members also believe in the power of teamwork. Working together, we can continue a tradition of dedicated service. Northwestern Energy, a proud sponsor of the Montana High School Association. We'll be back with your second half kickoff momentarily. From Roundup, Montana, James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows. Glad you could be with us this afternoon in this quarterfinal action. We'll be back. Well, welcome back to Roundup, Montana. Halftime about wrapping up here. We'll get underway. Get another minute and put 3 minutes on the clock for warm-up as the Vikings get ready for the second half as they'll kick off to Roundup as they won the toss and deferred to the second half. Looking around the Laurel, look at some Class B scores here. I'll try to get some of those, what's going on in the other ball games. Colstrip is leading Big Timber 7-0 going into the half. That's down at Big Timber as the Colstrip Colts taking on Big Timber. And we'll try to get some other scores as well. What's going to happen? Manhattan at Fairfield. It is Fairfield 13-0 with 8:02 to go in quarter number 2. The winners of these two ball games, the Manhattan Fairfield and the Bigfork and Roundup game, will meet in the semifinals. Game to be played, determined by the seeding. The higher seed will get the ball game. If they're the same seed, then will come down to and no other scores. We don't have a score from Loyola and Huntley Project. That'll be taken down in Loyola. Loyola over Huntley 28-0 early, maybe at halftime like this game. So that's pretty much Loyola doing a good job. Colstrip up 7-0 over Big Timber. And I'm sharing the booth with the other radio guys from Roundup. These are nice guys who let me help share their booth with them. And Fairfield leading Manhattan 13-0 in the second quarter. So those are the other ball games going on. So those ball games, we got 4 going on today in Class B. And the winners of those games are going to face each other in the semifinals next Saturday about 1 o'clock. So, getting ready to go here in the second half. Once again, shout out to both the Bigfork Boosters and Harvest Foods of Bigfork, sponsors for today's ball game. So we'll take a look here. So the Vikings will have to kick off here to start the second half. I was trying to get you some other final stats here at halftime. James LaFontaine with you, Roundup, Montana, this quarterfinal action. So take a look at some of the stuff from Roundup and how they did. Greeby was 6-9, 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That pick 6 by Brady Thornus. Ray, 6 for 37 yards rushing. Greeby, 15 for 34. So Greeby carrying the load for Roundup. 1 touchdown for Greeby. Kimball, 6 for 19, and Robinson, 1 for 2. Ray leading the reception way, 5 for 61 yards. Gray gets 1 reception, 12 yards, and the touchdown. Once again, get ready for the second half between the Vikings and the Panthers from Roundup, Montana. 406-270-7384. Give me a text. I'll give you a shout-out for listening. Guys from all over the country tuning in to this ball game that they couldn't make it here today. So thank you for listening. Don't forget, Northwestern Energy team members have a tradition of dedicated service and are committed to providing the highest quality customer service possible. When you need service, Northwestern Energy workers will be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Northwestern Energy team members are proud to keep Montana energized. Northwestern Energy, energy for Montana, and a proud sponsor of Montana High School Association sports. All right. Here we go. Get ready for the second half kickoff, and Smentana. Nick will do the kicking. Back deep. It looks like Greeby along with Kimball. for the Panthers to receive. We're heading left to right as Smintana getting ready to kick. Here's his kick. It's on the way. It's deep. And they're going to get to Kimball inside the 10, about the 8-yard line. And Hurd gets down there but misses the tackle. And then Levi Taylor comes in and grabs him at about the 20-yard line. Nice job by the freshman Taylor. Thorness and others for the Vikings in on the tackle. We'll see where they spot that ball. And they're going to spot it about, I believe, the 22, 23-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 23 for the Panthers. Shotgun formation. Grebe trying to run it. He has nowhere to go. Run, and Epperly out there. Going to bring Grebe down. And Stoltz right there along with Logan Gilliard as Epperly comes up. He's the corner on this side, and he makes that contain and makes Grebe commit and brings him down. He's actually going to lose about 4 yards on the play. And 2nd and 14, he go all the way back to just inside the 20-yard line. And we'll call it 2nd and 14 for the Panthers. 2 receivers to the right, to the left. Motion is the running back. Grebe in shotgun. Trips to the right now. Grebe looking to throw. He's rolling right. He's going to bring it down. Gilliard says, no, you're not, and brings down Grebe. Grebe throws it in the dirt as Jacob Hurd and Logan Gilliard over there. And Grebe takes him out of bounds. And good sportsmanship there by Gilliard. Gilliard helps up Grebe as he takes him down, but then a flag is thrown. It is against the Panthers. They must have said something after the play. Well, check that. They're going to call intentional grounding as Grebe was in the grasp. I thought outside the tackle box. I'm not sure in high school, but he just throws it into the dirt so he doesn't take the sack, and they said there was no receiver within 5 yards. Wow, they're going to take it all the way back to the 11-yard line, and it is going to be 3rd down and Billings. 3rd and Billings for a 1st down because they're heading that way. A long ways for the Panthers. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Grebe, shotgun formation. He's going to have to throw. He's looking to throw deep, and Ray catches it as Stoltz and Ray battle for it, and Tanner Ray comes up with it, takes it all the way out, across the 35, across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Play right up the middle as Stoltz nearly had the interception, but Ray was able to rip it away. Shotgun formation, Grebe, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Motion, hands off, counter play to 16, and that's Ray. Ray takes it across the 50, and they're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line and brought down there by Reichenbach. Clayton, they're going to mark it in Viking territory at the 49. And 2nd and 1, and that Tanner Ray for the Roundup Panthers is having a heck of a ball game. He's a leading receiver. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left, and shotgun formation for Grebe. Takes the snap, rides this handoff, gets it up in the middle, and met there is by Gilliard is number 85, Jared Robinson. And he's going to take it across down the 47-yard line, and 1st and 10 for the Panthers inside Viking territory at the 47. Panther has the ball at the 47. Shotgun formation. Kimball goes in motion. Receiver right, receiver left. And Grebe keeps it, and they're not. Grebe trying to get to the outside, and they're not going to let him, as Luke Taylor nearly trips him up for a loss of yards, and Epperly's going to run him out of bounds for no gain, and 2nd and 10 from the 47. Check that about the 46-yard line, and we'll call it 2nd, just a little bit less than 10. 2 receivers to the right. one to the left. Shotgun formation. Running back in motion. The counter play to 16 Ray. And Logan Gilliard right there along with Randy Stoltz reads that. He's going to pick up a few yards. Takes it across the 45 down to the 43-yard line. He's got to get all the way down inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. So 3rd and 6, we'll call it for the Panthers. Shotgun formation. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Here's the snap. And pressure. Grebe trying to throw it. Has to tuck it. And here comes the Vikings. And Taylor wraps him up. Brought down by Jimmy Abney as Grebe, the 6'4", 190-pound quarterback. A big load to bring down. Takes it down to inside the 37-yard line, and enough for a first down. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Lauren, Kenna, Saylor, and Kathy Adolph listening as well. Jack and Donna Grenier also listening from Bigfork. Shotgun formation. 4 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left as Grebe is going to take the snap. He's looking to throw on the screen. He's going to look to throw deep. He's got a guy deep, but Reichenbach is right there. Reichenbach back on the play. Makes a nice play by the quarterback, Reichenbach. As Clayton nearly had position, almost picked it off as the pass was intended for Gunnar Gray. Gunnar has to become a defensive back on that play because it almost looked like the pass was meant for Reichenbach. And they were able to knock that down. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Viking 37-yard line. 8:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 17-12, the Vikings lead on your Harvest Foods scoreboard. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Motion goes to running back over to the left. Now there's trips on the right. Single setback, shotgun formation. Grebe looks to roll right, throws the screen, and can't complete it, as Clayton Reichenbach on the coverage of Mikhail Kimball. Kimball makes the dive for it but can't get to it. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Panthers, just inside the 37-yard line of the Vikings. So a big play here on 3rd down. The Vikings need to get the stop. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. I'd watch out for that Ray. Shotgun formation, motion. And he's going to be run all the way back. He completes it on the screen to 85, and a whole host of Vikings fumble. He tries to throw it up, tosses it to a lineman, but I believe he was down. He looked like 85. Jared Robinson was down. He pitches it up to a lineman, it looked like, for the Panthers. Takes it inside the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and about 8 for the Panthers. Are they going to punt, or is this 2-down territory? They changed some of their formations. Their punter is also their quarterback, Grebe. You got trips to the right side, 2 to the left, and Grebe. This might just be a nope, he's going to roll to the right. Pressure on Grebe. Thornus nearly gets him. Pass intended, broken up there by Colton Reichenbach, intended for number 11, Mikhail Kimball, and that was high. And Reichenbach didn't need to catch that, just knocked that down, and he makes the defensive play for the Vikings. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Bigfork as they were able to stop the Panthers on 4 downs. And 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Vikings. 7:19 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Vikes up 17-12 over the Panthers on the Bigfork Harvest scoreboard. Trips, or 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation. Taylor right next to Epperly. Epperly snap. Here's that quarterback read. Epperly takes it right up the middle and brought down there by McKimble and Ray for the Panthers, but he crosses the 35 out to the 37. He'll pick up about 4 And second and a long 6, maybe 7. We'll call it 6.5. Can you do that? Anyway, a second down and a long 6, maybe 7 yards for the Vikings. Clayton Reichenbach out to the right. Colton's out to the left with Thornus. Thornus in motion. Split backs. Epperly in motion. Takes the snaps. Looks it out. Throws it to Colton. Colton up inside. Takes it across the 50. He's down to the 40. He's at the 30, 25, 20, and runs out of bounds at about the 10-yard line on a nice wide receiver screen to Colton Reichenbach from Epperly. He'll take it down inside the 10-yard line, and run out of bounds is Reichenbach, and they're going to spot it at about the 9-yard line, maybe the 8, and first and goal for the Vikings just inside the 9 as Epperly's pass was good to Reichenbach. He cuts it back inside, gets a nice block out there, and is able to spring it all the way down inside the 10. I formation, Epperly under center. He fakes it. He's looking for Reichenbach. Throws it out. Reichenbach in the end zone. And he's hit as they both go up for it. Ray was able to defend on Clayton Reichenbach. And pass is incomplete. It'll bring up second and 10 just inside the 9-yard line. We'll call it from second and goal, from about the 8. So the Vikings need to finish on this play with 6:23 to go here in the third quarter. And timeout. We'll call timeout. Will be called by the Bigfork Vikings. Todd Emsley wants to meet with his offense. He wants to finish this play. They get all the way down here in the red zone, and they need to come away with some points. They didn't do that just before halftime. They want to do that here, so Emsley making sure he gets the right play called here in the third quarter. So Epperly completing some passes to a bunch of different receivers. Completes that to a nice pass there to Colton. Colton able to break that. Takes it all the way down inside the 10. Nice play on the wide receiver screen. And nice blocking over there by, I believe that was Brady Thornus on the block. So that'll bring up second and goal just inside the 9 where I see the football on the left hash. And power formation, Gilliard, Taylor, and Stoltz. Taylor in motion, Epperly under center. Epperly fumbles it. Epperly fakes it. He's looking to throw, then he's going to run. Takes it inside, down inside the 5-yard line as Epperly on the snap. He fumbles it, but able to pick it up. He fakes it, able to get around one guy and looks to throw it, but fakes it, gets it inside down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be third and goal from the 3 as Epperly takes it out of bounds with 5:52 to go. Power formation. Gilliard, Taylor, Stoltz, Epperly under center. He'll take the snap. Hands it to Randy Stoltz. Stoltz is going to bring it to the outside. He's going to use that speed. Touchdown, Vikings. Randy Stoltz breaks it out to the right side as Taylor goes in motion and leads the way and takes it in for the touchdown from 3 yards out. So Jacob Hurd, the number 34, on for the extra point try for the Vikings. Gilliard to snap. Colton Reichenbach to put it down. Snap on the way, gets it down. Kick is up and good. Booms it. That'd have been good from 35 yards off the foot of Hurd. 5:38 to go here in the third quarter on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. The Vikings 24 and the Panthers 12 from Roundup, Montana in quarterfinal action. So the Vikings able to finish and punch it in the end zone and get points unlike the end of the first half. So that first drive of the Panthers drive it all the way down into Viking territory, but Bigfork able to come up with a big stop and then take a few plays and throw it down the field. The big play on that one was the pass play from Epperly to Colton Reichenbach on the wide receiver screen to take it inside the 10-yard line. And Stoltz able to finish it off from 3 yards out. So the Vikings will kick off to the Panthers, left to right, as Brody Grebe, along with number 11, Mikhail Gimbel, for the Panthers back deep inside the 10-yard line. And Nick Smentana receiving the football from the official to kick off for the Vikings. They need to watch that middle return. They had a nice return last night with Kimball riding right up the middle. So our speed just needs to get down. So here comes Nick Smentana to kick off, and here's the kickoff on the 40-yard line. He kicks it deep. He's kicking it over to Kimball. Kimball looking to run up the right side. Oh, Jacob Hurd comes in and puts a hit, and finished up there by LaFontaine as Hurd comes flying in. He's the gunner on the far side. And he knocks Gimbal off balance, and Kanan LaFontaine able to stop him inside the 30 at about the 26-yard line. We'll call it the 27-yard line. Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 27-yard line with 5:32 to go. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Shotgun formation is Grebe. And Brody Thornus trying to put the pressure on, throws it up for grabs. Epperly goes back and picks it off at the 35-yard line and run out of bounds. Pass was intended to number 4, Ryder Hampton, and Epperly, the senior, the point guard for the Vikings, back. He had position as Grebe just kind of throws it up down the left sideline, and Epperly picks it off about the 35, rolls back to the 32, and the Vikings football 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Brady Thorne is putting the pressure on Grebe, caused Grebe to throw it up, thought he had Hampton open, but a wily veteran is Anders Epperly. He was a starter at corner and safety for 3 years before switching to quarterback in on defense. So two receivers to the right, Singh to the left. Stoltz in motion out to the left side. Epperly on the read, takes it right up the middle, down near the 40-yard line, and the tackle made by number 11, Mikhail Gimbel for the Panthers. And they'll mark it just across the 39, just short of the 40-yard line. Picks up about 7. We'll call it 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. Stoltz in the shotgun formation in the Wildcat. Reichenbach in motion. Direct snap to Stoltz. Stoltz taking the read. Throws it up the middle. Takes it across the 45 out to the 47-yard line on the direct snap in the Viking formation, I'd rather call it than the Wildcat. Anyway, takes it across. We'll mark it about the 46-yard line in 1st and 10 for the Vikes. So Emsley pulling out all the plays. Here, quarterfinal action as the Vikings driving. And 1st and 10 at their own 46. 4:25 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Epperly under center, I formation. Two receivers to the left, and they're going to throws the flag. Hurd in motion. Epperly back to pass. He finds Thornus over the middle, over Kimball's head. Thornus running up the left sideline. He's down to the 30. He's down to the 25. He's out of bounds about the 15-yard line. And there's a flag. I believe that's probably a sideline warning against the Panthers. Why they let that to continue rather than stop the ball game. It's going to call a sideline warning. Sideline warning on the Panthers. That's why they didn't stop it. That's just a warning. Next time it will cost them. As the play continues, as Epperly puts it over the outstretched hands of Kimball, and Thornus, using his basketball skills, jumps up, grabs it, takes it down to the 15-yard line of the Panthers, and 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Panther 15-yard line. Colton Reichenbach out left. Thornus in the slot. Clayton out right. Stoltzen goes in motion to the left. Epperly, direct snap, takes it right up the middle. Looks like he got a face mask grab right there, does Epperly, and the flag flies in from the sideline and from the back judge, or the umpire, excuse me. And we'll see that, yep, they got the flag, both officials did. As Epperly takes it down inside the 15, down to about the 12. Personal foul is a face mask as Epperly's running it, grabbed by the face mask and turned him sideways. Takes it down to the 13. So instead of 15 yards, it's only going to be half the distance to the goal. It's going to take it down to the 6. And it'll be first down and 2. Oh, check that. It should be 1st and 2 because the officials are getting together to discuss that because he had not gained enough with the face mask for the first down at the 5-yard line. So basically it should be a first down and 1. We'll see how they mark this over here. They're going to tell him to pick it back up, yes. It's not 1st and goal. They only have, it's a 1st down and 2. They're at the 7-yard line, excuse me, and 1st and 2 on that penalty. So I formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Epperly under center, puts Thornus in motion over to the right. He fakes it. Here's the counter to Luke Taylor. Taylor on the counter takes it down near the 5-yard line. As he fakes it to Stoltz, takes it down near the 5. We'll call at the 6 and 2nd and about 1. So the Vikings can get another first down before getting it into the end zone. So they just got to pick up another yard to get a first down. But it is 2nd down as power formation. Gilliard, Taylor, Stoltz, Epperly under center. He's going to hand it off to Stoltz. Stoltz left side is met there by number 11, Kimball, and number 60, Tristan Stegen, at about the 5-yard line. And it is first down now. They picked up enough to get the first down. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Vikings with 2:57 and counting here in the 3rd quarter on your Harvest Foods scoreboard. And the Vikings leading 24-12. And on the doorstep to scoring again. Power formation, Gilliard, Taylor, Stoltz. Taylor in motion, Epperly under center. He's looking, he's going to throw it over the middle. Thornus puts the hands up, touchdown, Vikings. On the tight end, middle shot, fakes it on the toss to Stoltz and finds Thornus over the middle for the touchdown for the Vikings. From 5 yards out, Epperly to Brady Thornus. Hurd on for the extra point try. Reichenbach on the hold, gets it down. Hurd's kick is up and good. And must have pulled it off to the left. No good by Jacob Hurd, is usually Mr. Automatic for the Vikings. So 2:39 left to go here in the 3rd quarter on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. And the Vikings lead the Panthers 30-12 from Roundup, Montana. I'm going to take a drink and be back here momentarily with the rest of the ball game. All right, welcome back to Roundup, Montana. Quarterfinal action as the Vikings take on the Panthers here. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikings and Vals. Thanks again to Harvest Foods here there at Bigfork. Also the Bigfork Booster Club, Zoe Bedford, the president, and those guys. Our sponsors for today's ball game. Nick Smintana will kick off for the Vikings. And number 7, Brody Grebe back deep, along with number 11, Mikhail Gimble. They'll switch sides as Smintana kick it off. This time he kicks it short. It's going to be handled by Ray. And Randy Stoltz and LaFontaine in on the tackle as Caden takes on the block there by number 16, Ray, and able to get around and help Randy Stoltz on the tackle right at the 32-yard line. So they're kicking it away from Grebe, which is kind of a smart move by the Vikings, even though Grebe switched sides, kicked short. Panthers at the 32, 1st and 10, shotgun formation, to the left, to the right. Motion goes running back. Here comes the counter play. And Ray on the counter play. Stoltz right there along with McKenzie. So McKenzie Mischke also in the stop with Stoltz. Takes it out to the 35-yard line. Picks up about 3, 2nd and 7 for the Panthers here in the third quarter. And the Vikings leading. Shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Motion. Hands it off to Kimball, and he's hit from behind. That was Brady Thornless. Defensive end came out of nowhere as Kimball was running up the right side, and he'll get no gain on that play as Thornless right there to make the play. There's a flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct is called against the Panthers. I don't know what they did or what they said, but that is going to cost them 15 yards. You know, you can't do that as a team. You're still in this ball game here in the third quarter, and you can't afford to make those plays, right? That cost your team. Well, I'll take it all the way back to the 19. They got to get out to the 42-yard line. Third and 23 or third and Billings for the Panthers deep. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Is Grebe. Shotgun formation. He's going to have to throw it. He's looking to throw deep. He's trying to find pressure. Here comes Abney. Abney putting pressure on Grebe. He can't run. He's going to have to run out of bounds as Abney forces him, Grebe, out of bounds. He can't get that pass off as the Vikings put the pressure on, and Grebe has nowhere to go. He'll lose back to about the 18-yard line. The 4th and 24, and Grebe will go back to punt. I believe this is the first punt of the ball game for either team, and Stoltz along with LaFontaine back to receive for the Vikings. Grebe, snap to him, high snap, gets the punt off. It's short. Stoltz calling for the fair catch at the 46-yard line of the Panthers, and he makes the catch. It'll be Bigfork football. 1st and 10 inside Panther territory at the 46-yard line. Flag on the play on the back end. We'll have to see. It looks like indication it's against the Panthers because he's talking to the Vikings sideline. If they want him to re-kick or just take the ball at the 46. It is a holding against the Panthers. And it is 1st and 10 for Bigfork. Shout out to Bob Deagley, still recovering out there. And thanks for the good words. So they won't make him re-kick. It'll be the Vikings. They'll mark it off on where Randy caught the fair catch, and that'll be 10 yards. Takes it down to the 41-yard line in Panther territory, and 1st and 10. LaFontaine in motion, fake on the fly sweep. Stoltz gonna get out, trying to get out to the outside, and he's gonna break it up to the 40. Lowers his head, keeps pounding, and driving the legs inside the 30-yard line. Does Randy Stoltz as Epperly fakes the fly sweep and hands it off. And slow to get up is Colton Reichenbach, and Stoltz will take it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And it'll be picks up 7, 3rd and 3 for the Vikings at the 29-yard line of Townsend. Shout out to Luke and Rachel, my son and his wife, listening in Seattle as well. Thanks, Shelley, always for your graphs. Hurd in motion on the fly sweep. Hurd with the speed. Brought down there for a loss by Mikhail Gimbel, as he read that perfectly for the Panthers. Suzanne Hines, Chuck Mason also listening from Bigfork. Thanks for listening and tuning in today. So Kimball read that perfectly, tackles him all the way back at the 34-yard line, and that will be the end of the third quarter. We'll head to fourth quarter action here from Roundup, Montana, your Bigfork Harvest scoreboard. With 12 minutes to go in this ball game, your Bigfork Vikings 30 and the Roundup Panthers 12, and a third down coming up for the Vikings after this short timeout. We'll be back with you momentarily from Roundup, Montana. All right, we're back here. Two receivers to the right. Epperly in shotgun formation. Split backs on either side. One receiver to the left. On third down, Epperly looks over the middle. Finds Thorness right down the middle on that tight end. Middle pass and brought down there as two Panthers collide and bring down Thorness at about the 21. It's slow to get up is Kimball along with Ray on the stop of Thorness, as Kimball will have to come out of the ball game as he brings Brady Thorness down, but Epperly fakes the toss, looks over the middle, finds the tight end. Brady Thorness wide open over the middle and hits him. Takes it down to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bigfork. Thorness, Reitenbach out to the left. Two receivers to the right. Shotgun formation. LaFontaine in motion. Fakes the fly sweep. Epperly on the keeper. He fakes it. Takes it down inside. He'll take it down near the 15, probably the 16-yard line. Brought down there by number 66, Chris Bradley. And Epperly reads it and takes it down to the 16-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on the play, and 2nd and 6 for the Vikings at the 16-yard line of the Panthers. Clayton Reichenbach out to the right. Colton out to the left. I formation behind Epperly under center. Epperly, snap. Stoltz on the counter, runs back to the right side. Stoltz up the middle, takes it across the 10. Down to about the 8-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. And he takes it down to the 8, and it'll be 1st and goal for Bigfork from the Panther 8-yard line with 10:50 to go. LaFontaine replaces Luke Taylor. So LaFontaine and Colton Reichenbach out right. Thorness and Clayton out left. Stoltz right next to Epperly. Shotgun formation. LaFontaine in motion. Fakes it to him. Epperly looking to throw. He's throwing it deep, and he throws it away. He's trying to hit Reichenbach in the corner on the flag route. And Reichenbach.
Why wasn't that ground day?
There's nobody there. There was nobody over there, was there? What? 21?
Yeah, Clayton Reichenbach, or Colton Reichenbach in the area as he throws it to the corner and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. I formation, power I. Luke Taylor in motion. Epperly tosses it to Stoltz. Stoltz left side, going to get outside. Takes it down into 5 and run out of bounds by 2 of the Panthers. It likes Kimball, who looks like he's hurt again. along with 24, Gunnar Cray, and Kimball slow to get up. And he's going to come out of the ball game for the Panthers. A valiant effort there by Kimball, a good player there for Roundup. So it'll be at the 4-yard line, 3rd and goal for the 4. Power formation, Epperly under center, sends Luke Taylor in motion. And Epperly's going to take it up the middle, tries to reach it across the goal line. He's going to stop about the 1-yard line. He's right down about the 1 and be 4th and goal from the 1. And Emsley looking to talk to Epperly as 10 minutes and counting to go in this ball game. And we'll see what they're going to do here. Vikings have to take a timeout if they're going to just run it right here. They're going to hurry up to the line to the Vikings. The power formation, Epperly is going to go under center. Taylor, Gilliard, Stoltz in the backfield as the clock is. Epperly going to hand it to Stoltz. Stoltz right up the middle. And touchdown, Vikings. Randy Stoltz from 1 yard out. Get a push right up the middle with Logan Gilliard. And Stoltz able to knock it in on 4th down. Shout out to my old quarterback I used to coach in high school, Carson Sneed, listening from Dayton, Ohio, the lefty. Jacob Hurd on for the extra point try for Bigfork. Puts a snap down and off to the right as Reichenbach has a hard time getting that down and had the threads towards Hurd. That's hard to kick as a kicker, to kick on those threads. So the extra point is no good by Hurd. 9:37 to go in this quarterfinal ball game from Roundup, Montana. In the Vikings stretch the lead 36-12 on your Harvest Foods scoreboard of Bigfork. I'll be back momentarily with the kickoff here in the 4th quarter as the Vikings will kick off to the Panthers. Nick Spintana to kick off for Bigfork. Grebe back deep along with number 11, Kimball back in the ball game. Kimball. Grebe's going to pick it up eventually at about the 16-yard line. And Stoltz is going to look to run him down on the outside. And Luke Taylor runs him out of bounds. Has been trying to kick away from Grebe all game, which is a smart move by the Vikings. This time Grebe able to pick it up and return it out across the 35. We'll see what they spot it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
The fact is, we don't have time to run it 6 yards. We're down to 9 minutes and 36 to go. So
Doretta Pacheco listening from the cave and from Cave Creek, Arizona. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Motion. And Grebe's going to keep it. And Stoltz is going to be in on the tackle with number Luke Benson as well, and Aiden Fitzpatrick for the Vikings. He might have picked up 1 out to the 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Panthers with 9:12 and counting. And I don't know if the Panthers can afford to run the ball this time. They got to get some points up on the board to come back with time running out. Shotgun formation, trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Grebe by himself in the backfield. And Grebe looking to throw. He's going to look to throw it deep. Thornus right there putting the pressure on. It's going to bring him down. No, Aiden Fitzpatrick coming looking. He throws it deep and overthrown. Pass intended for number 24, Gunnar Gray, but right there, Colton Reichenbach in great position on the coverage for the Vikings. Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. And I'm sure this is 4-down territory every time for the Panthers, as they're trailing even in their own territory at their own 38-yard line. Shotgun formation goes Grebe. Trips to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Grebe looks at the play on his wrist. Here comes the snap. Puts the pressure. Screen complete out there, but met moment right away by number 10, Randy Stoltz. Epperly LaFontaine also there late to help out if he didn't get up. Pass complete to 22, Tyler Gumble. And out to the 43-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and about 4th and 5. And they'll bunch it up, do the Panthers. And Grebe. Shotgun formation. Ray looking to take the snap. Grebe to keep it. And he goes right up the middle. And Grebe up the sideline. And Reichenbach, Colton, tries to take the brunt of the force as Grebe lowers his shoulder on Reichenbach and taken down. So Grebe takes it into Viking territory deep. And they'll mark it at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 as they pick up the 1st down on that 4th down. Grebe, bunch formation. Direct snap to Ray. Ray met immediately and wrapped up by Logan Gilliard. He wrestled him down like a steer in rodeo. And looks like no gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. And time as the clock is kicking down, 7:25. Ray and Grebe in the shotgun. Everybody lined up tight. Grebe looking to throw over the middle. And pass is complete to 4 and brought down by Luke Taylor. That's Ryder Hampton on the catch. The wide receivers takes it inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers from the Viking 8-yard line with 7 minutes and counting. Grebe, shotgun formation, looking, there's a flag. A dead ball. Defensive encroachment called on the Vikings. They'll march it off down to the 4. It's like half the distance to the goal. So just inside the 5 and 1st and goal for the Panthers here from Roundup with 6:50 and counting. Ray takes a direct snap. He's going to run it right up the middle. Gilliard right there. And short of the goal line is Ray, as Gilliard trips him up. Takes it down about the 2-yard line. Right to 2, and 2nd and goal from the 2 for the Panthers. Got everybody tight. Ray and Grebe. Ray takes a head, hands to Grebe. Grebe trying to get out to the right side and brought down. Fumble on the play. They called it a touchdown before the ball came out as Grebe goes down to the ground and brought down by Abney. It pops out but says it's a touchdown. As Ray takes a direct snap, hands off to Grebe. Grebe running out, nearly tackled, just crosses the goal line. As he goes to the ground, it pops out. And they signal the touchdown before that. Panthers will go for 2. As Grebe, shotgun formation, 2 receivers out to the right, including Ray. And he's looking to run it as Grebe. Grebe rolling. And he throws it out there, and it's intercepted by Epperly. Epperly making a nice defensive play, covering Ray. So the 2-point conversion is no good by the Panthers. So 6:15 to go here to the end of this ball game on your Harvest Food scoreboard. And the Vikings lead 36-18, so they're doubling up the Panthers here in the fourth quarter. So Bigfork's got to be ready for the onside. You know what's coming. So Bigfork will probably get their hands team out there, ready to receive their onside kick from Roundup. Once again, thanks for joining us. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikings and Vows, here in Roundup, Montana, taking on a wily Panthers team. They got some studs out there. That number 7, Grebe, 6'4", 190-pound quarterback. He's hard to bring down. And Ray, number 16, Tanner Ray, having a heck of a ball game today. So one guy back deep for the Vikings, number 10, Randy Stoltz. All the Panthers up front. Number 40, Ian flash up to kick off. Oh, and they fake. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Officials stop it. Timeout's going to be called. And I believe that is a Viking timeout. We'll check that momentarily. So Emsley might have stopped the clock before the kick just to see the alignment and see what they were going to do and talk to his hands team. So the Panthers to kick off at the 40. Not sure who called the timeout, but anyway, a timeout was called, and they weren't probably lined up and ready. In high school football, I believe you have to have 5 on each side. They got 4 on one side, 6 on the other, and ready for the kick. Here comes the kick. Here comes the onside kick. And fair catch. A awesome job there by Colton Reichenbach to signal for the fair catch. What that means is the Panthers can't go for it. The Vikings have signaled for a fair catch. The ball is right there, so he can't be tackled or knocked away. So a smart play there by the senior, Colton Reichenbach, calls the fair catch at the 44-yard line of Bigfork. So 6:14 to go as they kicked it up in the air. And Reichenbach, the basketball player, just fair catched it, and it's Viking football. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. I formation. Epperly under center. Thornus in motion to the left. He hands it off to Stoltz. Stoltz up the middle, up the right side. He's going to break it out. He's running stiff arm. Stoltz keeps going across the 40, down to the 35. Inside the 35, down to the 34 of Roundup. As Randy Stoltz would not be stopped on that play. They're going to mark it at the Roundup 35-yard line. Picks up 21 on the play. Does Stoltz, the senior. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 35-yard line of Roundup, and 5:50 and counting. 2 receivers to the right, or excuse me, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. That's Reichenbach and Reichenbach. I formation. Epperly watching the back judge. Snaps the kick. Hands off to Stoltz. Stoltz left side. Randy keeps going. He's going to go at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Stoltz up the middle, breaks a few tackles, puts out the stiff arm, and goes all the way in for the touchdown for Bigfork. And that will just about, I believe, seal this ball game. And Hurd will come on for the extra point try, as Randy Stoltz on this drive would not be stopped. Hurd. Reichenbach puts it down. Hurd up and through the middle. Extra point is good by Jacob Hurd. 5:30 to go on your Harvest Foods scoreboard. The Vikings 43 and the Panthers 18 from Roundup, Montana. I'll be back momentarily with the kickoff. Back deep, Mikhail Gimbel and Brody Grebe for the Panthers. Nick Smentana to kick off for the Vikings. I know he's going to kick it deep and try to kick it away from Grebe. He kicks it. Nice kick all the way down to the 12-yard line. Gimbel will pick it up and brought in a host of Vikings in on the play. Luke Taylor, as Gimbel brings it back. One of the Vikings, Mackenzie Mischke as well, on the stop, as Gimbel will get out to the 35-yard line on the return. Picks it up at about the 12 and takes it all the way out to the 35-yard line. So he picked 23 yards on the return for Gimbel. They'll go their tight formation, and shotgun is Grebe. Grebe hands it off to Gimbel. Gimbel's going to get to the outside, but tripped up there and brought down as he gets out near the 45-yard line. They're going to spot it out at the 43, picks up 8 on the play, and 2nd and 2 as they run the counter to Gimbel this time. Runs it up the left side. Not sure who for the Vikings in on the tackle, but somebody did. 2nd and 2. 2 receivers to the right, including Ray and Gimbel. Shotgun formation, throws it out here to the wide receiver screen. And Colton Reichenbach wraps up Gimbel on the wide receiver screen. He'll be short of the first down. Be marked at the 44. Needs to get to the 45. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Panthers. Two receivers to the right, Gimbel and Ray. Check that. One receiver. Ray will go right next to Grebe in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Snap. They're just going to run it right up the middle with Grebe to try to get the first down. Luke Benson. Ball may have come loose. Not sure there. I thought it came loose, but he gets across the 45 to the 46, and first down. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Direct snap to Ray, gets it to Gimbel. Met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Number 51, Logan Gilliard, the middle linebacker, meets him right there, almost in the hole. A loss of 1 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 11. Gilliard read that one perfectly and filled the hole. So 2nd down and 11. Shotgun formation. Ray right next to Grebe in the backfield. Direct snap to Grebe. Grebe trying to roll out to the left. LaFontaine chasing him down. They're going to run him out of bounds. LaFontaine and Reichenbach run him out of bounds. He had nowhere to go as they hemmed him in on the far side. He's going to lose inside the 40 back to the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 17. And 3:13 to go in this ball game. Trips to the right. And motion goes Gimbel. He's asking to come over here. We got 4 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Looks like Grebe's got to throw here because, and pressure coming. He throws it down the middle. And Gimbel trips and falls. And over the head of Reichenbach, that's Colton. Deep. I didn't see what happened. I just saw Gimbel go down, and Reichenbach was deep. That's Colton on the coverage. So that'll bring up 4th and 17 and 3:08 to go. 1 receiver out, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And Ray looks like he's deep to punt. And Vikings playing it safe. It's off the side of his foot. Fire, fire. And number 11, Gimbel will catch it at the Panther 49-yard line, and it'll be the Vikings football inside Panther territory at the 49-yard line, and up 43-18 with 3:02 to go in your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Vikings just got to take care of the football and run the clock out, and that means they'll head to next week. Epperly under center, split backs. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Going to hand off to Luke Taylor, the fullback. Taylor takes it down near the 45. And they're going to mark him just short of the 45. Check that, right at the 45. Picks up about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. Split backs, Epperly looking, the back judge looking for his count. Receiver left, receiver right, both to Reichenbach. Epperly hands off to Luke Taylor. Luke Taylor across the 45, down near the 43-yard line of Roundup. And I'll try to get some other scores in Class B, try to find out who we play. Loyola up 56-12, a final from Huntley Project. Against Huntley Project, from Missoula, as Loyola, the Rams, will head to the semifinals next week. I formation, Epperly under center as the clock winds down. And he's looking. Here counts down. He's going to snap. One receiver right, one receiver left. Going to hand off to Stoltz. Stoltz gets it out to the right side, and a block there by Reichenbach, and a flag thrown way in the middle as Reichenbach puts the block on, and I think it's going to be against the Vikings as a block in the back, but we'll see here momentarily as Stoltz was trying to get out to the right side. Holding is the call. That'll bring up 3rd down as they'll march him back 10 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 3rd and 13 from their own 48-yard line for Bigfork. Split backs, Epperly under center, one receiver right, one receiver left. Snap. His hands off to Luke Taylor. Luke Taylor trying to get outside to the left. He's trying to stay in bounds and taken down at about the 48-yard line by number 60, Tegan Stegen for Roundup. No gain. It'll bring up 4th down, and that will bring in Reichenbach, Colton, for the Vikings' first punt of the ball game. We've only had, check that, we had 2 punts, 2 by the Panthers, and this will be the first punt. Oh, check that. Epperly going to shot formation, 2 to the right, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Epperly waiting for the clock. Panthers coming up because they think they're going to fake this right here. Epperly waiting for the clock. Waiting for him to count. He looks out. Snap. Little pooch punt by Epperly. A nice job, and nothing but Vikings to cover that up down the field. They'll cover it up by Stoltz at about the 12-yard line. So the Panthers thought Bigfork was going to punt, and they had 2 guys, receivers deep, to receive the football, and we had a wide open guy on the right side, so they came up, and then Epperly pushed it down to the 12-yard line, covered up by Stoltz with 34 seconds to go. Tudor, if you got updates, you can text to me again. Find those. We'll have your updates and find out where the Vikings will play next week. So the Panthers have the football at their 12-yard line. Grebe. Panthers have had an excellent season. They were unbeaten, and the winner of the East coming into this ball game. And they got them horses. Ray, Grebe, Kimball, as Ray will take the ball and run it up the middle. And he'll take it out near the 15 at the 14-yard line. Excuse me, out to the 24-yard line. And 1st and 10 at the 23, excuse me. 1st and 10 at the 23 for Roundup, 27 seconds and counting to go in this ball game. Ray and Grebe in the backfield. Shotgun. Snaps it to Grebe. Grebe just going to run it and takes a knee. And right there helping him up is 44, Levi Taylor. Nice sportsmanship there by Levi as he helps up Grebe, who had a heck of a game. Hey, they're going to shake each other's hands. And a heck of a season by the Roundup Panthers as their season will end. And the Vikings will take this one. Your final on the Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. The Vikings 43 and the Roundup Panthers 18. The Vikings will move in to the semifinals next week. And depending on who it is, it was winner of Fairfield and Manhattan. If Manhattan wins, well, we could host. If it's Fairfield, we'll have to travel on the road. We'll be back here in a couple minutes with your full game stats, your final. On the Bigfork Harvest scoreboard, 43-18, the Vikings win this quarterfinal matchup here in Roundup, Montana, and move on to the semifinals. I'll have your full game stats momentarily. All right, folks, welcome back to Roundup, Montana. Wrapping things up, Bigfork Vikings move on to the semifinals as they take this game 43-18 over a valiant Roundup Panthers. They had a great season. Well, that was their first loss of the season. The winners of the East, the Vikings, will play in the semifinals. I got some full game stats for you. Okay, we'll take a look here at team scoring. Let's take Roundup first, and Brody Grebe was 11 of 21, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He also had 25 attempts for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns, rushing the stud. A 6'4", 190 pounds, probably going to play some college ball somewhere. Tanner Ray, 12 attempts, 61 yards. Kimball, a valiant effort there. Number 11. Mikhail Kimball, 9 for 25, and Robinson 2 for 6. Receiving, Kimball was all over the place. 6 reception, 94 yards. Hampton got open. That's Ryder Hampton would have had 1 reception for 16 yards. Gray 1 for 12 and a touchdown. Gombo 1 for 5. Robinson 1 for 4, and Kimball 1 for 1. Defensively led by Grebe, their quarterback and their stud. 7 solo, 3 assists, and a tackle for loss. 2 punts, 38 yards, and kick returns. Kimball, 5 for 110. Grebe, 2 for 44, and Ray, 1 for 10.
Whatever you want, you tell me when you're going to sing, I'll come down.
All right, let's look at Bigfork's stats here. Full game. Anders Epperly, 11 of 17, 217 yards, 65% passing, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Stoltz rushing, 17 for 111 yards and 4 touchdowns for the senior Stoltz. That last drive, I tell you, he wasn't going to be stopped. Epperly, 8 for 58. Luke Taylor, 7 for 45. Colton Reichenbach, 1 carry, didn't get any yards. Jacob Hurd, 1 and lost 5 yards on that fly sweep, as Kimball read that one. Receiving, Brady Thornus leads the way, 4 receptions, 85 yards, and 1 touchdown. Colton Reichenbach, 2 receptions, 57 yards. Stoltz, 4 for 41. Jacob Hurd, 1 for 34, and Clayton Reichenbach. Logan Gilliard leads the way on the defense. 12 tackles total, 5 solo, 14 assists, a tackle for loss. Stoltz, 11 and a half, 5 solo, 13 assists, 1 for loss. Luke Taylor, 8 total, 3 and 10, and 1 for loss. Epperly had 6 and a half, 5 solo, 3 assists, 1 interception, and 1.5 tackles for loss. Hurd, 4, 2 solo, 4 assists. Benson, Thornus, Reichenbach, 3.5 each. Abney, 2.5. 2 for LaFontaine. Pacheco, Levi Taylor get 1.5 each. Carson Deagley, 1 solo. Reichenbach gets a half. Clayton Reichenbach, McKenzie Mischke, Brody Lamar, David Wickwire, Aiden Fitzpatrick, and Jackson Blund also get an assist today. Kicking, Hurd, nice job today. 1 on a field goal, a 30-yard field goal early in the ball game, take a 3-0 lead, and then 4 extra points, 7 points total. Epperly, 1 for 40 yards, pinned him deep, but the game was nearly just basically over. Punt return stats, 1 for 0 yards. Didn't really return the punt. Kick returns, LaFontaine, 1 for 13, Stoltz, 1 for 12, and Brady Thornus, 1 for 0. Also, Reichenbach on that onside, did a great job, called for the fair catch. No return yards, but a smart play by the senior. A great job overall. We'll take it overall stats. Offensive plays, 426 offensive plays, it says, to 293 for Roundup. Time of possession belongs to Roundup, 27, basically 28 minutes to 20. Rushing, 34 attempts, 209 yards for the Vikes, 48 for 161 for Roundup. Passing, 217 yards to 132, Bigfork over Roundup. And Epperly, one interception thrown and 2 by Grebe. Penalty-wise, 4 for 25 against the Vikes, 7 for 75. I believe that kind of cost Roundup a little personal fouls and some unsportsmanlike when the game was still not at hand. Once again, James LaFontaine with you live from Roundup, Montana. Thanks for letting me bring this game to you. The final, your post-game brought to you by the Bigfork Booster Club. The final on the Harvest Food scoreboard. The Vikings win this one 43-18 over the Roundup Panthers. Move on next week, and we'll take on, as soon as I can find some scores, we'll have that here for you. On to the semis, and we'll see who they play next week. We might have to travel to Fairfield. They were up early. Give me a minute, and I'll get that for you. Well, it's Big Timber beating Colstrip 37-6, so they'll take on Loyola. Looks like Loyola, I believe in that bracket, will have to travel to Big Timber next week. Yeah, Big Timber 37-6 for Loyola. We'll check your other scores here. See this Loyola 49-12 over Huntley Project, and trying to get a score. Well, this one's Fairfield Eagles lead in the final from Fairfield. It's the Eagles 34-6 over the Manhattan Tigers. That means the Vikings will be on the road next week taking on the #1 Fairfield Eagles, and we faced them in the past. So the game will be on next Saturday at 1 o'clock. I'll see if I can get permission from the MHSA to do another ball game and be back here with you. Once again, the Vikings win this one 43-18 over the Panthers. They'll move on semifinals, and they'll head to Fairfield to take on the Eagles next Saturday. Kickoff at 1 o'clock from Fairfield. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Bigfork Vikings football. Shout out again to my sponsors, Bigfork Booster Club and Harvest Foods of Bigfork. Couldn't have done it without you. This is James LaFontaine from Roundup, Montana. On your Harvest Food scoreboard of final, the Vikings moving to the semifinals with a 43-18 win over the Panthers. We'll catch you next time. Thanks, and have a great afternoon.